Welcome to the Shakaama Live Show with your host, Shakaama. I've traveled around the world. I've lived in many countries, several countries. And I don't think American women understand just how fortunate they are. I know this series is titled Single at 30, but I want to talk about single at 25. Around the world, if you're unmarried, no children at 25, you're considered old. You're considered expired. You're considered beyond what anybody would want. Now, a lot of women on YouTube are saying it's okay to be single at 30. It's okay. It's okay. You got to find. But I want you to just sit for a second. I want you to think about this logically. You've been living with yourself for 30 years. It's an excuse if you're saying you have to find yourself or you have to figure something out. It's been 30 years. You don't know yourself? You don't know that you're ready? Is that what? My moniker is your rich internet dad, and I'm going to tell you, I won't accept that as the internet dad. Now I know a couple of things that might sound controversial. They're not really controversial. They're just scientific. The Huffington Post came out with an article that said, a woman peaks at 18. A man peaks at 50. So what are they talking about? Of course, they're comparing apples and oranges, but they're giving you the idea of peak in both instances. So they are comparing oranges to oranges, but they're comparing apples to oranges. When they're talking about a woman peaks at 18, that is the prime age for her to have children. The DNA decline happens right after 18. So that 25 you can have inferior DNA. At 30 you definitely have inferior DNA. At 35 it is becoming problematic for you to have children. Period. At 40, then it's the roulette table in Las Vegas. So 18 is the peak for women to have children. Now, our society has made a mad shift to promote to women that they are like men. No, not equal to men, that they are like men. So I wouldn't tell my daughters anything else. So make sure you resist that thinking, because the idea is that to promoting that they are just shaved, promoting that they are like men, literally means that you can go and play the field. Why does a man peak at 50? Have you been asking yourself that question? A man peaks at 50 because that's the prime age where he's been promoted. He's gone through all of his promotions. He's at the peak of his career. He has the house. He has the picket fence. He has the car. He's gotten over the middle age crisis where he has sold off the minivan, and he's gotten all that out of this system, and he's come back financially. And so at 50, he's at the peak of everything, and it is a very slow and very gradual die off from there. So that a man from 50 to 80, still pretty good, and in this in this day and age when they aren't forcing people to retire because companies no longer pay pensions. Companies no longer have lifetime insurance and all that sort of stuff, so that it doesn't really cost the company any more to have a superior officer in the company who's age 80. Doesn't cost nothing more, and you're still getting the benefit of this fantastic person whom you have trained, spent millions of dollars training to get into this position, and now they are executing everything in their position, their career. That's why men pick at 50. Women, as far as career goes, they don't really peak. Oh, you think they think that you've been told that you should concentrate on your career and make sure that let me give you a little bit of insight into the upper echelon world. The upper echelon world, where women are the officers, where women are the lawyers, where women are the doctors, and I'm talking about full-on doctors, not pediatric doctors, not nurses, not nothing like that. I'm talking about the actual, $300,000, $500,000, $1 million a year. They quit. They quit. Can't keep them. Why? Because a woman wakes up at 35, at 40, at 45. No, it's not even. No. It doesn't even get to 45. Doesn't even get to 40. It might get all the way up to 35. And they say, "Hey, Sarah, promotion!" And Sarah goes, "Oh, this is what I've been dreaming of ever since I went to college. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. And Sarah comes in the next day, and 5 o'clock rolls around, and she packs up her purse, and Leland goes, where are you going?" I'm going home. It's 5. So, oh, no. Partners don't go home at 5. The staff goes home at 5. Partners keep working until they're finished. So sit back down, Sarah. You're a partner now. And so Sarah sits down, and come Friday, she looks like that she has clocked 60 hours. And Leland comes around and says, on the weekends, we expect you to be working also, so be sure to come in. On Saturday? Yes, and Sunday too. Okay, so she's dating Cornelius, and she says, "Cornelius, are we going to get married soon?" And Cornelius says, "Yeah, I've been thinking about it." Okay, so let's get married, and I'm going to quit my job. Why would you quit your job? Because I don't want to work 80 hours a week. But honey, you make $500,000 a year. Yes, but I don't want to work 80 hours a week. But I work 80 hours a week. Yeah, you're the man. That's to be expected. And I'm pregnant. Oh. Okay. Well, that does change things. Well, we better get married quickly, because my family is not about this whole having a bridal gown with you being pregnant. That would look terrible to my family. So we better get married very quickly. So let's have literally a 3-month betrothal, and get everything going. Can you handle all that? If I can work 80 hours a week on getting this wedding planned, yes, we can have this in a couple of months. Don't even have to take 3. If I'm going to work 80 hours a week, I might as well do it to something that I love. And there you have it. They quit. And at that stage, they're marrying guys who are just as successful, if not more successful, than they are. They're marrying guys who make $1 million a year. They're marrying guys who make $2 million a year. And after at a certain point, it doesn't even matter how much they make, because what they make is minor compared to what the guy makes, because he's 30, she's 25, he's 30, she's 35, he's 35, he's 40. So he's already been successful. She's going to marry somebody older, far more successful, and she's going to pop out their kid. That's at the upper echelon, right? That's at the upper echelon. Can't keep them. Wall Street lawyer females quit every day. Every day. Make $1 million, quit every day. Because they sort of, they wake up and go, oh, wait. Not only do I not want to do this, I don't have to do this. I can be married. Or, I'm married. Why am I doing this? And they wake up and depending on the guy, the husband, he might say, well, honey, we're going to have to downsize for the mansion. And a lot of them will say, we can downsize from a mansion. We don't need a mansion. But how about a McMansion? Okay, I'll take a McMansion. Because I want to have kids. Okay, we'll take a McMansion. We don't, not a full-size mansion, just a smaller mansion. So, if that's happening at the upper echelon, these are the people who have reached the pinnacle of everything that these women are talking about. Then what are you so gung-ho about? What are you so... I'm going to do this and I'm going to work for my career. Okay, if the people making $1 million are quitting, if the women making $1 million are quitting, if the women making $500,000 a year are quitting, and when you interview them, they say, I just came to the realization that I did not need to do any of this. But you went to undergrad, and you got your master's, and you did some postgraduate work even. Yes, I know. You even got certifications in tax law and corporate law. Yeah, I know. I know, yes, I know, yes. But I married Leland's brother-in-law. He makes $2 million a year. That's more than enough to raise an entire village, let alone a family. But you were making $1 million a year yourself. Yes, I know. But I didn't want to work 80 hours a week, and with the next promotion, probably have to work 90 hours a week. Have to be on call 24 hours a day for the Asian markets. Have to be on call 24 hours a day for the Australian market. No. They wake up and they quit. They can't keep them. So all of this, when the feminist activists come to Leland and say, how come you keep losing partners? Leland says, come in. Close the door. They quit. Every single one of them quit. They don't want to work 60 hours a week. They want to have children. And some of them have children and literally have missed every single birthday for the first 5 years of their children's lives, and they could not take that. So, there's the door. Have a nice day. I'm sure there'll be some female lawyer who'll come in and do the same rotation. She'll come in She'll make partner, and she'll leave. We still have male partners coming out of our ears that she can marry, and she'll leave, and she'll join the family of the law firm, and that's just how it's going to be. That's how this world works. So your idea that you need to hire somebody because they're a woman just doesn't work here. Because at our stage, they wake up and they realize everything that you've taught them is wrong. They want a family, and they want to be there for that family. And they realize that money is not important at that stage. At 30, when they get married, they wake up and realize that money is not important. For the woman. Thank y'all for watching. Sorry that it was long.